YouTube's really getting ignorant with this whole vertical, horizontal thing. I am not liking that. That was ridiculous. Apparently, it it used to be like depending on how I would put my thumbnail would be how the screen would work. But it's not like that anymore. Apparently, I have to change it from vertical to horizontal if I want to go horizontal. So the vertical works pretty good when I'm doing a guest. That's and I was thinking about that tonight, but we have a crazy. It's kind of storming pretty gnarly here, snow and everything. It's getting really rough outside, so I need to kind of try to make this as quick as I can, but it ends up it'll be what it is, and however bad it is outside is how bad it is. So, how we doing, Billy and John? Um, yeah, Dano, what's going on, brother? You get your editing done? I seen Dan was editing some footage here the past few days. It looked like so. Um, yeah, I it's been a pretty good week as far as no, not yet, Dan. Right on. Yeah, it takes so long. It's been a pretty good week as far as content. I think the first thing that I remember for the week was a guy that I just take for granted that everybody already knows him and already watches him. So I let me. I feel like the tone is crazy right now. Let me see if I could get a little better lighting. See how that is. That's too dark. That's kind of dark, but it's got to be better. Oh, we got some people that just rolled in. What's going on, James? Yeah, educated climber. I believe his name's Patrick. Um, he's such a good reference as far as, especially if somebody's looking to learn things in tree work. You know, while watching YouTube. Some people watch YouTube tree stuff probably solely. What's up, John? Solely for like entertainment purposes, but I know there are those other guys out there that are watching it to try to learn stuff. So Patrick, educated climber, such a good YouTube channel. I think first video I remember last week watching was his. He was using the bulldog bone. Maybe it's something he has just got. That's a device I would really like to get. So yeah, he put that video out, and then it was probably kind of hit and miss with videos because I watch a lot of skateboarding content too. So most of my feed, I think for the most part, was like skateboarding stuff. I missed a few live feeds from Ground Pounder, which was a bummer. Um, but I think as far as content, the only thing I can really remember would be Guilty of Treason. Put out the video with Veteran Tree Service. He was taking, I think that's the video it was, taking the pine down, or maybe it was a redwood. I don't really know what kind of tree. It was an evergreen, so didn't see more than 2 inches. John said the right on. Hopefully it doesn't. It's not too bad here. It's complete slush right now, and if temperature drops, it's gonna get bad outside. So, how did 362 turn out? Oh, yeah, you guys want to see that? Let me change the lighting again. It's a little too dark now. See if I can push that up. Maybe turn that off. There we go. Let me see. Pretty yellow, but yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I could take this one off and it'll be a little better. Let me see. I just want to try to get this lighting right for it. That's a little better. We'll go with that. So, I'll show you the 362. Does that have... Okay, yeah, that shows pretty much. So, I ended up taking the whole thing apart, it needed a cleanup. So this is what I ended up with after it was all said and done. I did the top here. That did used to be a badge that, why did that look like a weird angle right there? It didn't look right at first. But yeah, it used to be all the way down to here was orange. So I went ahead and blacked the rest of that out. Just left the, eventually it'll be all black when the tree life sticker there wears off. But until that tree life sticker goes, it's not getting painted. So there. And then I did the other cover over on this side. So yeah, came out pretty good. What do you guys think? Okay. GP here? Yeah, he is. What's up, man? New guy almost tipped our dingo in the first 10 minutes into the job this morning, but all went okay. Well, you know what? That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that little hiccup there at the beginning, like when everybody would be kind of probably tired and a bit off, it kind of forces everybody to get on task and like lock in. So I'm pretty stoked. I'll be doing my 660 next. So the bark box was a gift from my brother. Tomorrow's my birthday. I turned 40. So yeah, it was a gift from my brother. He got me that and all the cleanup kit. The new air filter for it though doesn't lock in like my old one used to lock in. It goes all the way down and it's really snug. But my old one used to go down and lock in, and for some reason this one isn't locking, but it fit and everything. I really, really needed a spark plug for it, so. Get the heart pumping in the AM. Nice, Mike. Did you get the rest of the screen out? Yeah. Yeah, I got it out that night. Before the live feed ended. Unless that live feed cut off. Before we ended that night, there's a metal lip that's welded over. The screen's put down, and then it's got a metal lip that they welded over it to keep it so you can't get it out. They could have left an opening so you could slide it out, replace it and stuff. But I mean, whatever. After I started, I wish I wouldn't have. So anybody trying to decide whether they want to do that, and maybe not. I think having my other one off would probably be enough, but it is what it is. So probably should have left that in there, but I didn't. That is a pretty good sized hole. But yeah. I got all of it out that night though, ground pounder. Opening is on. Right on. Salt looks great. Thanks, Dan. A lot like Vegas. What's up, man? How we doing? New guy. They're always fun, man. They always make it interesting for sure. And it's always such a hit and miss who's gonna retain and like absorb the info. Most of them you can tell right from the get go if they're going to or not. So, ow. I put a short out just a little bit ago, and it was it was a fun one to kind of do because we were rigging on that sycamore, and underneath that sycamore is like four different elm trees that all arch underneath it. So everything was having to come down and lay onto that stuff, and it would kind of bend, and a lot of times it would slide off. We could get it to slide off, but some of it I would have took probably bigger, but I tried to limit everything to staying straight with as less crotches as possible. So when it came down, we were rigging it down, it didn't catch a crotch on one of those limbs or something. So in that video, we were, I think that'll be in the next video that I put out. We had got to the last limb, which was I'm out here on the sycamore. The top goes like this, and I'm out here, and the limbs I have to do are back behind me, which is even more out over the elm tree. So we did our best. We swung it, and it just got stuck. So the only thing I tried a bunch. I tried to lift the limb. The limb was so big I couldn't. I could not lift it. So I was like, I don't know what to do. It figures we get stuck to this last limb, and I have to get that rope out. Just I'm gonna yeah. I probably could have just pulled the rope out and then let him do that, and then I could have reset the rope. But there was other ways to go around it. But I've been in that situation enough times before. I'm like, you know what? I have this really cool little rope. It has a hook at the end, a red hook, and then it's got a little loop welded to the back of the hook. And then on the other end of the rope is like a dog clip that you would clip your dog's like onto your dog's collar for like a leash. So what's cool is I can take the leash and clip it the end of the rope onto me, and then I can use it to fish with almost. And what I did was I fished it out onto a really good fork in the middle of the limb that would lock it into place. So then after I locked that into place, I kept it kind of taut, and I threw the rest of the rope down to him, and I kind of dropped it. And you have to watch when you drop it; it doesn't slip off. But this hook is a little different. It's made kind of special, but I really don't know what it's actually for. I think it may be for electric work or something, lineman kind of stuff. But and he's able to yard it out of there like that. So we could have tried to throw a throw ball from the ground. All that. The guy who's got the best positioning and the easiest throw should be the guy trying to hook it. So that's why I went ahead and had him send it up to me. I fished from the top down, which is much easier, and then I threw him the rope down, and then he yarded while I kept a hold of the rope. I should have thought, hey, you dummy, you couldn't lift the limb, so you're not going to be able to hold it. So it kind of roasted my hands. Anybody that's got major calluses, you know how it is. When a rope's ripping through your hands, you don't really feel the burn at first. It takes a little bit, and your hands are roasted before you start to feel it. And then afterwards, they're still burning red hot like you're still in the fire. But yeah, my hands were all right. I didn't end up with any blisters or anything. It was at that point though. I was getting there. Um, how much added noise did it add? It's loud. I mean, it was a bit of a beast of a saw already, but it sounds gnarly now. So I'm stoked to run it. I would say you definitely want your ear protection. I just say that. So, but it feels very snappy. But I don't. I think there's a misconception with a lot of people that they think that you're going to get horsepower out of it by doing this, and I don't know if you're actually going to get horsepower. I think you're going to get response, in the throttle maybe, and a bit more noise. So I like the fact that you'll have a little more response and it'll be a little more touchy in the trigger, um, quick to rev and stuff. So that kind of thing is very important when you're trying to make like fast cuts and all that stuff. A lot of cuts require a lot of like high amounts of horsepower to be able to do them correctly. So, wait, did I miss much? Kevin, what's up, buddy? No, you didn't miss much. There's just I showed everybody my 362 here that I finished up and then put the bark box on and painted it and yeah, it's all good and ready to go. So Dano, have a good one, buddy. I'm sure he's probably already gone. I got behind on comments. So. I gotta go boogie. Stay safe. Right on, John. Be good, brother. Jake, what's going on, man? Just got back in town from the holidays. Good to be back. Right on. Hope the holidays were fun. Cool. I caught up on comments too. Yeah. So last week, um, I did 2 videos, 4 shorts, 2 lives, and 1 post. There was 14.3 thousand, 27 new subs. Um, Tree Climbers on YouTube, which was the first video of the Sycamore, was the most viewed video, which is strange. It's always shorts that get the highest views for me, but that one I think did 3,000 or so. And then setting rigging rings, that short that I did good, and smash a passing car did good. I think some people read the comment and then they looked at the thumbnail and then took for granted that they know everything and was like, this is why you should have kept cameras out there so that you can prove that you were at least trying to stop traffic. I'm like, oh no, like that's my truck. I didn't smash nothing. Like it was just at one point we were in the middle of rigging down a big like chunk of the spar, negative rigging off, and the tree had arched over it and it was pretty fat chunk. And when I went to push it, like I'm finishing up my cut, and all of a sudden a lady, I see her flying, she's coming over the hill, and I'm like, whoa, 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 and I stop, and it's already cut up though, and the tree's at a lean, so it wants to start popping and stuff. So I'm like trying to hold it in place, and I'm like, come on, lady. Well, instead, like she's on this lane over here, we're working on this side. She's going that way, so she's going. She swerves over and under us, which made no sense to me because my truck's parked here. She like swerved into the oncoming lane so that she went directly under us and then swerved back. I don't know what the lady's deal was, so she kind of tripped me out. Oh, really? Your buddy's birthday's today? Right on. Well, tell him we all said happy birthday. That is sweet. Yeah, so I'm spending, I guess, one of my last hours in my 30s with you guys, so I don't know. I feel way older than that anyway, so. Um, yeah, there's 437 likes, 6 shares, 80 comments. The comments did good last week. Um, oh, and I want to thank everybody for the donations. So, for like the first time in probably 3 years, like I think I made a little bit of money from YouTube last month. So, I appreciate that so much. Damn, I don't want to get it wrong or miss somebody, but like I know Ground Pounder, and then I'm trying to think of who the other one was. Damn, I'm like having a brain fart right now. This is embarrassing. Who was it? I'm sitting here reading all you guys' names, and now I'm just more confused. Dang, I can't remember who it was. But whoever, like, I'll remember, and it'll come to mind. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That, like I said, that was Jay. Yep, thanks, Billy. Awesome. And I think Billy, yeah, I think Billy did too. So, am I wrong? I don't know. Thank you to everybody who did that. I appreciate that. Um, but I don't really have a whole bunch for today. I'm trying to think. What has everybody had going on this week? Is there anything that you ran into troubles with that you want to talk about, or I got to watch the start of that live for GP. I didn't get to see the whole thing though. He was talking about he was part way into talking about the job and like realizing that the guy was okay, and then I had to actually I had to come out here and start getting stuff together for the live feed. The saw was still in pieces. The paint wasn't completely dried, so I ran out here to do that. Well, Kevin, I'll show you the saw since you missed it. That way, there it is. Yeah, you just see this much of the bar. My bad, man. So, there it is. Oops. And then, that's it. I get a lot of questions on why that little orange. Why'd you leave that little orange badge? Well, because it's got a tree life sticker from Jaden Anderson who sent it to me, and Jaden passed away, so it's very important. That's the reason I could never get rid of this saw, solely based on the fact that stickers on there. It just I have to. I need it until that sticker's gone. So pretty stoked with how it came out, though, Kevin. Like I said earlier, I'm going to do my 660, which is actually over here, right behind here. And then I need to work on this. For some reason, it's cutting out after about 10-15 minutes of use. When it gets good and warm, and about, I don't know, almost half the tank, it'll stop running. Could be just spark plug, but I'll find out. I need to get some spark plugs. But yeah, this 660, this may be an 066. I don't know. I blacked it out as soon as I got it, and I didn't leave any of the badges. So I could probably look on it somewhere and find the plate that says it. But pretty sure it's a 660 Magnum. So yeah, it's a very good saw. I love the saw. It's been my go-to, my old faithful that just always runs. So yeah. Another thing, let's see. Catch up on some comments real quick. Is the plastic dyed? No. No, it's just painted. I painted all the plastics using some Rust-Oleum farm paint. I would say if you're going to do this though, be very cautious on the bar and don't go thick. You really want just a very thin coat because it's just going to wear off anyway. That's for the first bit of a video. You'll get the joy of, oh, it looks so cool, and then after you're finished cutting, it don't look cool no more. So it is what it is. I was doing everything else, so I figured I'd do it, and I did a deep clean on everything and a wipe down, and Stuff came out of places that it should have never been, and it was gnarly. But yeah, I'm glad I cleaned it up and did what I did. I try to keep it pretty sharp. I like this saw so much. If you notice, it looks a little more like streamlined than most 362s, and I think the reason is because it's got a short break. Most of the time the brakes are up here. The this piece, it broke and it was kind of floppy, so I just cut it off. Usually they're doubled. Actually, I don't even know if I have one here that's doubled. But yeah, it had another little level that came up right there, so you could pop the trigger. Yeah, I cut those off and I run it short, which I like. It stays away from like my knuckles. A lot of times I'll move my hands and stuff, and the brake kind of, it not being there is really nice, especially when you're holding it in weird positions. But a lot of times you'll find yourself like this, and when those are there, you can really turn your wrist into it here. If that had the normal brake on it, you definitely couldn't. So yeah, it's probably my favorite saw that runs like all the time and does a ton. But the 660 is just incredibly reliable. So I have to give it due. Right on, James. Thanks for hanging out, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, it wasn't something that I intended on doing originally. It broke on me, and I was like, oh crap. And what was nice is if you look at, I have my 290 here. You can actually see it on it. Yeah, that thing is even with the bar here, and if you look, most of them go way up above it. So the 362 here is actually even with the bar here. Um, I just kind of got lucky. If you notice here on this 290, that it only has that one single bar in the middle. The 362 had a design that had a bar that went across here. So when that broke, it was okay. I could just cut it off, and it still had the front bar there. Yeah, I gotta go through this saw too. I just got lazy, didn't keep up on maintenance, and now I'm to the point where everything I own is falling apart. Doesn't work. And it's the wrong time of the year to have to buy a bunch of stuff. It just is what it is. I gotta get it caught back up for sure. But my 660 has, this one here, that's never had a brake on it since I've owned it. So I'll have a brake on that thing for the very first time ever here soon. I think my brother got me a brake, and he got me a bark box for it, and another air filter. So stoked on that. He's hooking it up, which is crazy. I told him I was happy with just that was more than enough when he bought me the bark box and the filter and all the repair kit stuff for the 362 here. And then he calls me and he's like, yo, do you have a brake on your saw? I'm like, no. He's like, does it still have the hardware, the guts? Yeah. He's like, okay, I got you. And he shows me a picture where he's already bought one. And he's like, yeah, and your bark box is here for you. I'm like, what? So I'll have another bark box put on that 660, put a brake on it. I'll probably redo it. I don't think I'll be doing the bar, but yeah, the saw needs gone through for sure. But yeah, oh, you know what? One thing I was gonna talk about. I was gonna do some channel reviews. Review a couple other YouTube channels, and I tried to do that today, and all of a sudden, like, my TV was saying that, like, I needed. I tried so much stuff today to try to upgrade these live feeds. I bought a certain, the camera that I bought so that they would increase the quality for the videos, which it did. And I wanted to be able to go live on it for these live feeds so that the quality of the live feeds was better. And it has that option, and I set it up, and then it just wouldn't. Like, I got everything set up and right to the point where it was gonna hook up and go live from it, and then it asked for another password. So, which I don't know. It's trying to say that I need a password for my hotspot on my phone, which makes absolutely no sense. So I couldn't get that to work. Then I spent 2 hours trying to. That was probably about an hour. It could have been a little over an hour of nonstop trying to get that to work, downloading apps and BS. And then I spent at least 2 hours trying to get the microphone that I have for the live feeds to work and sync up to my phone, which it would not do. So what my thought was is that the microphone, I'm pretty sure, would work on my GoPro if I could get my GoPro to be the thing that I use for the live feeds. That would work. That would make everything work. So yeah, it just, everything fought me today, and it's just, I don't know. I think there was something else too, but I can't even remember. Oh yeah, and I was gonna go live. I was gonna do some new videos. I'm gonna do channel reviews. A few of you have asked for them, and you said you liked them, so I'm gonna pick random YouTube channels out there, and we're gonna review them. In the process of scouting for that purpose and looking for new YouTube channels to check out and kind of shine a light on, I came across some really weird stuff. Okay, I came across a YouTube channel that is fairly new. Okay, and maybe I'm just like, I feel like a paranoid case, like it's a conspiracy theorist, but this is a brand new YouTube channel that I've never seen, which I nonstop will type in tree work, tree climbing, and just watch random YouTubers. And I feel like sometimes, especially when a channel's being built up, I'll leave a comment for somebody, and it may boost their self-esteem, or like it make their day or something, or see that somebody that's doing it and has done it for a long time is at least accepting to them. So I really enjoy doing that kind of stuff, because I know I had that happen to me a few times, and it just gave me this boost of like confidence that was unreal when I had people that I looked up to that would leave a comment. So, or someone would leave a comment, and then I would go look at their channel and be like, wow, this dude said I did a good job and he's amazing. So like, I love doing that stuff. And in the process of doing it, I stumbled across this channel, and it had 30 something thousand subscribers. No, maybe it was 40,000 subscribers. And someone said something about maybe asking him to do a different technique. I want to try to stay very vague, because I don't want you guys to like, or that person to, I don't know. I don't want to talk trash about nobody. But someone in that video had asked him, you should have used this technique. And he says, well, we have thousands of videos of us doing that on our channel. And it works well. And I'm like, wow, thousands of videos? Dang, this guy, that's what made me look him up to see, like, go to his homepage, because I just originally was just watching one of his videos. Go to his homepage to see how many subscribers he has and how many, like, he must have been putting videos out for a long time. It's just weird I haven't stumbled across him. So I go and I click on the video, or on his homepage, and then I find out, wow, he's got like 40,000 subscribers. Like, wow, how have I not heard of this channel or stumbled across? It doesn't make any sense to me. And then I look into his videos, well, first I looked at like he went live a few times, and the live feeds did less numbers than we do here. Okay, by a good bit actually, by quite a bit. So much smaller. So like double digits only. Stihl Kevin, what's up, man? Um, yeah, John, the ideal is for it to almost be brand new when I'm done with it. Yeah, for sure. So like I said, 40,000 subscribers. He says he has thousands of videos doing every technique that there is, and I look it up. I'm like, wow. Go to his videos because I accidentally clicked on the lives first, and the lives, like I said, were like 56 views, 42 views, and they had been up for a while. And I'm like, whoa, that's wild. So, what's up, Dan? Then I'm just telling my tree conspiracy right now. So, because I feel like YouTube tree cutting, this is going to be something that happens. And it may not be big yet, but it's going to happen. People want their channel to be big so bad that they'll do whatever it takes. So then I thought, well, check how many videos. And then I look on the videos, and he's only been putting videos out for a year, which is very strange that in a year he blew up and has like over 40,000 subscribers. I'm like, wow. I think some of these channels are buying subs somehow. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kevin. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because think of this. I told you his lives were getting like 52 views, okay? For a live feed. He has 40,000 subscribers. He's only been posting for like a year. And I thought, well, that doesn't necessarily mean all that much. I was like, well, maybe he's been putting out shorts for a long time. And then I thought, well, shorts haven't even been a thing for that long. But you could really grow a YouTube channel really fast by just posting shorts. And then every once in a blue moon, kick a video out. That seems to be the blueprint for building a channel these days. Is shorts, 8, 9 shorts to one video, and then go more long form content in the video. And usually they have so much investment in your shorts that the long form video ends up doing very good. So I'm like, well, he doesn't have a bunch of shorts. There's not a bunch of views on them. So how in the world do you have 40,000 subscribers? Now I understand, and the channel's only been going for about a year. So I've seen weird situations where a channel will grow really fast, and then they will lose their viewer, but they'll still still have a bunch of subscribers. They just don't get the views anymore. Usually something like that happens over a long period of time. Because you think about it, some of these people make a YouTube channel, they lose their phone and that account or something, so they don't ever get a chance to unsubscribe. They're just basically a non-alive subscriber now who will never view your stuff. They're just a check mark in your sub, group. So that will happen sometimes if a channel's been on for a long time. Like I have some skateboard YouTube channels where they're hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but like I get as many views as he does on a video. And he has like hundreds of thousands because his channel fell off completely, but somehow he kept the subscribers and they just stopped watching. And I don't really know how that works. Well, that kind of stuff doesn't happen in a year. So I'm definitely calling it right now that there are YouTubers doing tree work YouTube channels that have to be buying subscribers. A word of advice to them people, you should buy some views, because it's very obvious when you put a video out and it only does 100 views and you have 40,000 subscribers. And then it's not just like I'll look through the videos and Some of them were 100, 200. The highest one I seen was 400 views. So one video hit 400. 400 out of 40,000 is 10%. No, that's not 10%. That's 1%. No, that is 0.5%. Like 0.5. Yeah, 0.5% of his viewers. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So it's out there. I don't know how you buy subscribers, but it's not a good idea because what happens is the algorithm picks that stuff up, and when you don't get the views, they don't suggest you to other people. So even if you was putting out a bunch of shorts and they're really good shorts, they're not going to be recommended to people because you have too many bots on your actual page, and somehow YouTube picks that stuff up and they just stop referring your channel. So I seen it's out there for sure, and maybe I don't want to call anybody out though, but it would be fun to just like review the channel. I would love to interview this person on a Tree Talk Tuesday and ask them like, how is this possible? What happened? How did you get 40,000 subscribers in 1 year, but can't keep their attention and can't get 100 views on a video, or you can't get 200 views on a video? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, does that make any sense to anybody else? Am I the only one that's just not catching this or doesn't get it? You know what, guys? I'm pretty tired. The wind sounds like it's ripping outside. You've noticed it too, huh, Kevin? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna I realize my channel's just gonna be kind of a reference source, and it's just like a compilation of me that can be looked back on, because I'll be straight. I've burnt the candle at both ends my whole life. I'm not planning on like, oh yeah, okay, I'm not betting on me having this long lifespan. So like maybe this hangs around and like does good or whatever, but yeah. I find the fun in this, and I was this close to putting this channel on the list of ones that I was going to review and bring them some attention. And eventually, before I did it, I would have clicked on this channel and then found out, well, he doesn't need my help to get viewers. He's got 40,000 subscribers. His channel's doing 10 times better than mine. But let's just call it how it is. You bought subscribers. That's what happened. So, William, what's up? So, William is desperately trying to partner up with our friend Steve over at Noker, but Steve doesn't think William's cool enough, so he's just hanging with the Justice Warrior Yo Mama or something like that. I can't remember. I don't remember what his name is. Injawa. So William's been pretty upset about that, and that's probably why he's been gone. He just now got here. He's really torn him apart. He's so desperate to get his hands on a, and we all are, man. I'm desperate for it too. I would give anything to get my hands on a 381 Noker, you know. And now to see that this man has somehow managed to get the highest quality top handle saw, my mind was blown. I mean, why would you dare buy a 200 like this when you can have the saw that he bought for 20 for 200, he'll sell it to you for 200, and you get your 200 kinda in that way, and you get a good, a perfect saw. Like if you're driving down the road and you had to write an estimate or something like that, and the wind, you could, it would work perfect. If your papers wouldn't go anywhere, I promise. So you guys definitely need to go check all that out. Winter is definitely here, Greg. I just made up a whole rumor about William that wasn't true. Have you guys seen any of that Yahoo stuff lately? I peeked over the other day and seen that he has now got these new toy saws that he's pushing already. And the funny thing is, like, he says his saws are so phenomenal and so great, but his first thing he does before he makes 5,000 shorts about them is take every bit of labels off of them so no one can know. His reason for doing that is that he doesn't want people to call his factory and try to get a chainsaw. Well, why not? Why can't other people get one of them saws? Why is it okay for people to have them saws, but only if they buy it from you? Now he thinks he's got this all figured out. He can, how would you say, he can gatekeep his little area in the YouTube world by being the seller of the chainsaws and being able to choose who he does and doesn't sell a chainsaw to. So if he looks at you and he feels like, oh, you're gullible enough, yeah, this guy will work perfect, I'll sell it to him. But he does seem to have a bit of a heart where he's replacing parts like crazy, and that's going to put him in the hole. But eventually, one of these guys who dislike him a lot in the like souped up saw world is going to get their hands on one of these saws from him somehow, and they're going to show it. And I just want everybody who does watch that stuff to notice that when he does show a video of them saws, he only shows the saws that Injawa dude has ported already. So if that dude ported them, they now run like a normal Stihl saw would of that size. So it takes them replacing a buttload of parts and porting the chainsaw out before they can get it to perform to the standards of the saw that they're trying to replicate. So it's just not worth it. I would definitely go against getting any of them knockoff chainsaws. I would not recommend anybody to ever go over and get one of them. So he's a fake that doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, 100%. You can. Some people have a good read of a bullshitter, and you can see that he will jump. He's dumb enough to jump feet first into a topic he knows nothing about. And the reason that he does that is because he has control of the record button. That man would never get in them conversations when he's sitting face to face with you. Unless he feels superior to you, which he does when he sells them to people. He kind of talks down to the people as he's selling them to them. And he also talks down to his little buddy in Jawa and kind of treats him like his punk. And I feel bad for that guy because you should be proud, man. Every man should be a proud man. He's embarrassed of something. He is ashamed of something because he refuses to put his face on camera. It has been almost a year, maybe more, of him making YouTube videos and has refused to show this man's face. I've seen it in one video. He accidentally got him in one video. He's just a big heavy set, a bigger, older, probably maybe 60 years old, heavier set guy, kind of roundish face. But he should be proud. He seems to have a lot of chainsaw knowledge. Steve shouldn't be proud. Steve's a fucking knucklehead and a dork. But that dude should be proud of what he's able to do, and the fact that he doesn't want his face shown on that YouTube channel shows you what he feels about Steve deep down. That's just my opinion. Actually, no, that's fact. If he had any belief that Steve was a good dude and that what Steve is doing and what Steve is saying is good and up to par and is what a good human would do and a respectable man would do, why would you not show your face on that channel? You would definitely show your face. And you would say, my buddy here is just trying to help people out. He's trying to bring cheaper chainsaws to help the rest of you guys out. And I'm here as the mechanical backing on it to make things better if these saws come in and they don't perform up to task. There's a way that these guys could do this and they wouldn't have ruffled the feathers that they did. But what's happened is Steve has come in with his little pecker, stumbling in, all fucking duck feet, and waddled his way in and has this ridiculous confidence about things he knows nothing about. That's a dumb human. If you feel like you should not be that confident about the stupid stuff that you say, he will state something as a fact and contradict it in the next video. So I just feel like you're dealing with some kind of sleazy used car salesman. He's trying to get something out of people for nothing. I don't know. I feel like he uses that Injawa dude, and I don't like that. I feel like Injawa is a good old country boy that I would get along with, that I would relate to, that I would like. And I don't like that he gets treated like Steve's side piece. And I feel bad for him. And I feel bad that he's ashamed to be in the position he's in. He's ashamed to help Steve. If he wasn't ashamed, he'd show his face. Bottom line. I'm sorry I went off on that stupid. I do that when I talk about that guy all the time. But it aggravates the hell out of me that his YouTube channel has continued to grow and is bigger than and passed mine up, and that was a kick in the ass. Like, come on, really? But it is what it is. I can't go through life looking to the side to make sure that nobody's passing me. In the process I end up wrecking. I would be worried about how long those parts are going to last. They're not gonna last, John. And okay, that's 660 there. That saw right there, that's 200 teeth. That was my dad's chainsaw. That was made with, according to Steve, that was made with inferior parts. Because now things are better, according to him. The new things that have turned from metal to plastic is better. Everything's better. It's got a better fit, a better pop. He's a weirdo who looks at a line and rubs his finger across it. Oh yeah, that feels better than the Husqvarna. Oh, it's a much better fit. It's got a more lush color. Dude, no one cares about that stuff. Oh, this trigger feels good on my finger. No one cares. This button looks cool. It's got a cooler button. The guy is out of his mind. He don't know nothing. And what he does is he learns something one day and then he runs to his phone and makes a video the next. And that's what's wrong with YouTube. So that's always my dad saw. It has had nothing done to it. It had a carb fixed, I think a carb replaced one time and a plastic piece replaced one time. That's all seen me grow up, and it's all I use. So what he says is you get 2 years out of these saws. And I'm telling you, if you get 2 years out of it, it's only because it's set in your garage for 9/10 of that time. So, and that's the truth. I called him out on one of his videos and told him that he don't know what he's talking about. Billy, I promise you, he is the only one that's seen your comment. If that was like wasn't the first time, if you say anything to disagree with him, he will then block you as a commenter. And what that does is you'll leave a comment, he will see it. He's the only one that can actually see it. He can, or maybe he don't even see it. But what happens is you leave the comment, and YouTube is, this is the way I see it. If you want to block a commenter, you shouldn't get the benefit monetarily from their comment no more. If you wanted to block a commenter and say, I don't like their comments, I don't want them to comment no more, then when they leave you a comment, which is interaction, which is what you're asking for as a YouTuber, when they leave you a comment, it shouldn't show up. It should tell them you're not allowed to comment, because then they can now decide whether they want to stay a subscriber because you blocked them already. But that's not the way YouTube works. I could block you as a commenter. I get to benefit from every comment you leave. I don't see them. No one sees your comment. The only person that sees your comment is you when you go back to look. And you'll notice, I left a really good comment. I should have got, somebody should have said something. No one's seen it, man. YouTube's got weird little things like that I don't agree with. But it is what it is. I've been blocked from commenting for a very, very, very long time. And if you look on his videos, it'll often show that there's 30 or 40 comments. And then you'll click on it and there'll be like 4. Because he's deleted all the other ones. So, we talking about the dude selling the knockoff? Yes, we are. Knockoffs, and telling everyone how dumb they are for buying name brand, and Chinesium still is just as good. Yeah, he's a complete fucking knucklehead. Yeah. I did used to do a series of videos, and I'm like, he's been aggravating the piss out of me here lately, because I see how he, like, originally what he did is he dumped, gave Jawa a couple chainsaws. And that's what he'll do. Every once in a while, I'll be like, here, let me give you this. And now make me 50 videos. Or fix this, and fix this, and fix this. Can you imagine having that dude nonstop just showing up at your house being like, hey, what's up? Let's hang out. Let's do this. Oh my God. It would go right through you. The weird, pervy stuff that he does with his weird little nut shots. And, he says some creepy shit about, Donald Trump's daughter or something. I don't even know. He said some weird shit. But I used to do a series of videos where I used to make fun of him, and they were YouTube shorts. And I called myself Skis, and I am with the metal, and would you please buy one of these pieces of shit chainsaws I sell? Something like that. And I would just go off on a rant. I would watch his videos, and then I would parody them. And I started getting notifications that my videos were being reported. So I ended up privating all them, because apparently Skis doesn't have a sense of humor, and he was trying to get my YouTube channel shut down because he didn't think I was funny. I thought I was hilarious. But I laugh at my jokes always, so. Yeah. You know what? I just looked up. I believe. We got 8 thumbs up, 9 people. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. And for all the views. Those people who donated, that was incredible. Yeah. I'm going to end this live here in a second. And go to sleep for a few hours and wake up and be 40 years old. So I'm not looking forward to turning 40. It was nice to, like, I thought it was such a bummer when I hit my 30s. I'm like, man, 30s, it sucks to be 30. Then about 32, 33. Well, 30s are pretty cool. I'm cool with 30s. So, did you like the shorts, Billy? I loved doing them. It was fun to do. Yeah, I need to, maybe I ought to bring them back. Because I don't think he ever got me a strike, ever. But, thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. I don't think he ever got me a strike or anything. So I'll have to look. As long as I don't have any strikes, then I'll do it. I I was also gonna like make a remix of maybe some of his videos where I screen record some stuff. Or you know what I should do? Oh my god! I have the greatest idea. It's I'm not even gonna. You can probably figure it out by the things that I've said earlier, and then what I'm talking about right now. But I've got an idea for you guys that's gonna be very fun. And damn, I almost want to do it on a live feed so we could all join in on it. But yeah, yeah, this is gonna be fun. I got an idea. Hey, don't touch it. I got an idea. Guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to town and see if I can keep from totaling my truck out in this nasty shit. Get something to eat and crash out for the night. But hey, thank you guys for another cool live feed. I appreciate it. Thanks for the birthday wishes and stuff. You guys are the best. I will see you next time. And take care. Stay safe. See you, Billy. See you, Dan. Ground Pounder. John. All you guys. I appreciate you. Wolverine. Dan K. Billy. Greg. William. Yeah, still cutting. I gotta go. I could probably stroll forever. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good week.